Okay, hi everyone. In this video I'm doing one of my mass photo critiques. Now, if you don't know about this, on Flickr I've made up a new page called the Dombower Mass Photo Critique page, where you can go on and add your photos there instead of waiting for months and months and months for me to do your critique. Because at the moment I've still got about 60 or 70 emails to get through. So here, what I've said, the rules are you can only do 2 photos per day, but you can obviously add more the next day. Please don't, or just make sure they're your absolute best. And I'm just going to quickly fire through all the shots as they come out and give you my kind of honest critique for them, and just kind of quickly brush through them. Just see if I can give you any tips here. Okay, so the first one, oh, this is my one, brilliant. Homeless guy in Edinburgh, superb. Can't be critiqued. Next one. Okay, this is a cool shot of a bird, like its angle. I think possibly with a better lens, we've got a shallower depth of field so that the twigs in front and the twigs behind are even more blurred, and that would be a great shot. This next one, liked this. These two that whoever sent this in. This is whatever, probably William, but with 2 U's. W William, got you. Cool shot, great timing, ninja punch. What I would say is the expression on the face isn't that cool. I want to see him kind of go bah! Shots into whatever he's exploding with his hand, because that looks pretty cool. In fact, this shot, if you've been doing that shot with that last one, it's cool. I like the backlighting. And the lighting on him is also good. I like the colours because there's like red paint, there's his kind of yellow skinned abs, and then there's a blue paint, and I think great composition, great idea, great colours, great everything. Big fan of that one. Next one is a mushroom or a toadstool. I don't know what the does anybody know what the difference is? I don't know. This one is fine. It's a bit boring. I'm not really seeing an interesting part of this shot. Quite a strong vignette that you've added onto it as well, so I can tell, or that really feels like it's faked on vignette, bringing the attention into the mushroom, but you're not really seeing the mushroom. It's not really that much detail. What to do is get a macro lens, get right in and show me those little kind of, what do you call them, the lungs of the mushroom, little thread bits underneath or something. That would be cool. Just now it just looks like somebody's lying on the ground taking a picture of a mushroom, which anyone could have taken. Ooh, don't like mushrooms. Nice one. Billy Gibbons, ZZ Top. Great shot. Love the light from behind. He's well exposed. There's cool flare going off the side. That is a great rock shot. Great positioning. Obviously you can't really get any other position whenever you're at these concerts, but the fact that he's kind of looking down towards you makes him look good, makes him look big and tall and strong. Colours and contrast, I'm glad you've kept in the colours there. I think that's really good. Maybe you might want to Photoshop out the flare there, just so it's a cleaner image, because those bits are, I'd say, a little bit distracting, but otherwise it doesn't really matter. That's a cool shot. You've got it there. This next shot is from Bass Becky, shot of New York. I would say that this tree is distracting. I would say move about 5 paces further forward, because at the moment how that tree is just covering the top of the Empire State Building, I think, is a bit annoying. The sun over here is just glaring through. I think the editing you've done has really just dulled it down. It's really, you've like totally gone whoa on the, well, not even on the contrast. It's like it's just a really grey sky. And everyone's in black. Too much detail, I think, is lost in this image with whatever editing you've done to the image afterwards. Yeah, so I would say calm down on the black and white and the blacks generally. Next one, I love this one. Alexander Morris. This is a very cute girl. Love the sun behind. There's no, oh yeah, you've got the little bits of flare there, which I love. If you look at my kind of photography, I think that looks good. The fact that she's totally kind of blown out and the background's blown out, that looks like a memory, is what that looks like. That's great. That looks like if you were her boyfriend, that'd be such a lovely photo. that is like a memory of your kind of, I can't really tell what the background is, but let's imagine they're on a roof of a building and they've been up there smoking something, and he's just lying on his back and he looks up to her while the sun's behind her, and that's what he sees. I think that is brilliant. Really like that. In fact, she's just kind of like so chilled out, nice connection with the camera. Lovely. Well done, Alexander Morris. Like that one a lot. This next one is again another shot from you, and whoa, loads of angles going on here. So many angles, I can't understand which way this is going. I like it for that. I like it for that, and he's well exposed, lots of light on him, lots of grain, so you've obviously had a pretty whopping ISO even at this small kind of size here. But yeah, I think that is pretty cool. Some of the background stuff is a little bit distracting. For example, there's kind of building work going on here. I'm guessing that is just lights, but I don't know where that would have. I don't understand. I really don't understand what I'm looking at there, but that's cool. I like that one. Okay, next one. Somebody bigging up for the Scottish here, Chris Carpenter. Chris Carpenter, the guy that sold me my Nikon D700 from his shop down in London somewhere. And he's managed to find a picture of the stereotypical fat bearded Scottish man playing the bagpipes. Composition wise, no, he's too low. You've kind of like shot at head height. Go down a little bit, do the stereotypical photographer pose. If you don't know what that is, the stereotypical photographer pose is, instead of taking a photo like this, is like this. That's it. Just so that your camera comes down to round about head chest level. Next one. Too much blur, can't see anything. Contrast is totally blown out, can't see that. Next, oh, that I saw this one. I thought that's some pretty badass makeup. Who is this? Anonymous Order. Cool model. The model, if you take away that side of her face, looks beautiful. I think she's a beautiful model. Get some more shots of her. And just amazing makeup. Whoever did that is amazing. That's just really cool. In terms of lighting composition, I'm not too sure. Like, she's mental enough that you've got it at such a Dutch angle here. I think straight on. I'd like to see more of a straight on shot of her as well. But yeah, no, she looks like a fantastic subject. Next one is an owl. Oh my god, it's almost hidden by... wait a minute. Have you shot through a fence? That is so cool. Okay, the owl there is fine, but if you look really carefully, you can see these kind of funny striated patterns going along in the shape of a fence. So that's cool. What I would say, well, obviously wasn't intended, I'm guessing, is if you get a better lens with a shallower depth of field, that would really blur out, so you can effectively shoot through a fence and you can make it invisible, which is amazing. But unfortunately, you just haven't got the shallowness of the depth of field to really have it completely blurred out, because around the birdie's eye is a little bit blurred out. Not that great. Okay, next one. Cool, nice, strong, contrasty, no reflection of yourself in the car as well. That's always a tough one to get a shot like that without seeing the reflection of the photographer. That again, I think would be good as like a banner at the top of a website. That'd be pretty nice. Next one, simple. I think I've commented on this one actually. I love this. Huge amount of dead space or negative space. I don't really think it's negative space. I would call it dead space, where there's just nothing there for people to do stuff to it. Negative space is where you see things where there isn't. For example, the idea of that vase, you know, it'd be like a white vase, but it's actually the negative space is the two faces going together. I don't think that is negative space. I call that dead space, but that's just me, I think. I like that shot. It's not a butt shot. He's well exposed. The lighting's cool. The background's totally gone. Like it. It's cool. I wish he was doing a bigger trick. That's all. Next one. Another great kind of shot here. Good shot again. Well timed. I like it. Simple composition. Looks great. Very good. Very good. Next one. I can easily see those in magazines. This shot I've commented on as well. I would never see that angle in a magazine. So it's just sort the angle out. Next one. again, it's a bit of an odd angle that you're at. I would, because you're not properly at a Dutch, is if the car was moving or if something was happening, fair enough. But for this car shot, I would say really it hasn't quite worked. You've also got some mental reflections going on in the walls behind, because you've obviously done some speed light flashes there and there. But that's just given way too many shadows in the background, and it hasn't quite given the kind of, ooh, that car feel that I'm getting from most kind of car shots. Next one, cute kid, sharp eyes, blown out hair, blown out side of face. So I just control the highlights in the shot there, possibly different angle of her or getting her further away from, I'm guessing, a window. But yeah, it's not really doing that too much for me. I think it needs something else. It needs something else. So next one, whoa, like super duper sharp images of eyeballs there. But again, your kid kind of looks a little bit cross-eyed, and he's doing that thing with his tongue, which is kind of really like an alien coming out his face. Next shot, park pavement. An image from a series of documenting the change of atmosphere at night. Unfortunately, I can't see any atmosphere here. That just looks... I'd have to look at your other images, but that's not of... it's not really showing me any atmosphere in a park whatsoever. I think you need to do a much longer exposure to actually see the nighttime sky as well. Next one, big fan of this one, fading off of the London Bendy Bridge. Right, okay, so London Bendy Bridge, Bendy Bus is down there. I think that's a very creative, clever, thought out image there. It may have just been a chance and you may have just edited it upside down, but I think that is very good. I like it a lot. I'd like to see more like that, but with more interesting buildings, I think. That's the only thing. Or more interesting landmarks in the background. Next shot, brilliant. Like the idea, how you've got them on their strings. Maybe they were added in afterwards or something. Clever idea. I like the kind of desaturated, slightly flat look to it as well. It gives a bit of a vintage feel. Good models on it. Nice one. However, on this one, I have to totally go against. I think this doesn't work at all. The fact that he's behind and she's in front is kind of like, if she was in front looking strong and like, yeah, I'm the cool girl, that's fine, but she's not. They're wearing shades inside, and you can really tell it's an inside place because there's nothing in the background. This is a studio shot with shades on, which really just, I don't think is a cool look, unless it's a totally blacked out background and you can't see what's going on. The light's coming from the side. It's just the fact that these people don't look cool enough to be wearing shades inside. You know, if they were rockers, if they were like totally ripped rappers or something, but here they just look like a cozy couple, friends, with some like mental lights going on and cool shades, and it's just it's a contrast, or it's not complementing each other. I think this could work if you had somebody that looked like they were cool, badass, gangster, hip-hop artists or something like that. But these guys just look like they're nice, comfy, friendly friends. So it doesn't quite work. Next one. Loads of additional sharpening done to this. It is pretty much just a headshot looking down on someone, and it does kind of go to me like anyone could have taken this shot. It's not really doing anything for me, not grabbing my attention. This one, brilliant, like it, creative, love the colours. I'm sure somebody's done something like this in the past, but I don't think I could get bored of shots like that. The fact that you've shown the DVD being 099999, that's maybe that's of importance, I don't know. But yeah, I would say possibly need a better lens because that looks a little bit soft. It might be the size of the image. Next one, lovely shot. Blown out hair, and she's got a wonky eye. So see when you're getting models to do a pose, get them to give like crazy eyes, and that means both of them are totally awake. Here, because it doesn't look like she's giving attitude to the picture. Like, fair enough if you've got one eye a little bit closed and you're giving attitude. But here it just looks like she's got, like, it's really obvious to me of one slightly wonky eye. So just get her to really kind of almost big up one eye. Or get her more side on so the far away eye is obviously smaller, like that. Next shot, this looks like a behind the scenes of people. He's smoking in a nightclub. Obviously not in Britain. DJ Switch. Okay, that's a cool kind of behind the scenes shots. You've got some odd cables up at the top which are a little bit distracting, like these ones up here. And I can't really see what they're looking at. I'd like to know what they're looking at here. If they're both looking down at this and he was playing with this bit here, that would be cool. But just now we're missing what they're looking at. So I would just kind of, maybe 2 seconds later. This one, cool lights, cool colours, green, blue. He's like super blue. And remember when you're shooting with a digital SLR, the sensor can, like blue and red are the far ends of the visual spectrum. So this one is really pushing the camera to its absolute limits of what it can really see in blue. But you've managed to keep a lot of the details there, so that's pretty impressive. Again, this one might be a good one in black and white. I'm usually a fan of keeping with the colours, but because he's so not an actual normal colour, I would say maybe this is a black and white potential. Next one, wow! I choreographed the most beautiful dance sequence. Butterfly watch, and I choreographed the most beautiful dance sequence. Making friends with butterflies is probably the single most difficult thing to achieve. I wouldn't disagree. You have to really stand still and appear respectful. Like the tree, perhaps. Like a tree, perhaps. I earn... to earn even the slightest trust. A dash of floral perfume doesn't hurt too. Cool. Mr. Pixel Story. This has to be fake. This can't be real. Either way, that's totally grabbed my attention. I'm very... Mr. Pixel Story, cool, nice one. Next one, two birds having a bit of a fight of some sort. Shutter speed is a bit slow there, and you've got blur going on in the wings, which normally I think would be fine, but here we're really trying to see whatever behaviour that they're doing, and I would want a slightly faster shutter speed to really capture it. They're also really far away, and we're not really, like, the object of this is not the composition, it's the bird behaviour. So I would get in a lot closer than that and crop right in or something, because at the moment this is not a rule of thirds, this is bird behaviour that we want to look at. So, change the composition. Next one is Highland Beach. It looks a bit cold. The white balance is probably spot on correct, but if I'm seeing a nice warmer beach, then that would make it a lot more attractive. Also, the sand here just looks dull and grey and like poo. So, increase the white balance, but again, there's nothing interesting. This would be great if there's a model shot. I'm always a big fan of models, but this could have been shot absolutely anywhere. There's nothing showing, like you're saying this is a Highland Beach. I kind of need to see some Highland somewhere. At the moment, whatever of interest was in this picture, maybe this pier over here is just a tiny dot. I can't really see that. Next one, very well exposed. Shot of Queen's View. Queen's View, view right down the Loch Tummel. Nice spot. Does look like a very nice spot. I'd like to see more. See if you're getting that at sunset or sunrise or whichever way the sun comes up in the most interesting place around that area. That would be a great place to be. Yeah, ooh, I think I'll go walking there sometime. This one I thought looked very nice. It's definitely eye-catching, but what's happening is the sky, whatever editing you've done to it, it just looks really fake. It's just kind of like, it's gone from tobacco to pink up there, and the highlights have been calmed down so much that they're just blur. So the bottom half of that picture I think is really nice. The sky has just ruined it. So I would say a neutral density graduated filter will help instead of working on the editing. This one, great shot, love it, clever, good use of flash. The fact that the flash is just kind of hidden and your hands are holding it, brilliant, very clever, love it, done something like that myself. Background, there's nothing there, fine, you don't need anything. It's about the flash, it's about the book, it's about you, brilliant, good work. HDR shot most definitely of the Millennium Bridge. I would say fine, but the sky is really dull. I would say just if you'd got that maybe an hour earlier when the sun was really shining through, because what I'm thinking is that there isn't really that much of a dynamic range in that single image for you to need to make that into an HDR. Also, when you've done this HDR, the white balance has been pretty cold, and again, it just feels like a cold image, not the nice warm sunset that I'm meant to be seeing. Next one, love it, brilliant. It is a policeman with an accordion on his back, and other people just looking the other way like that. This might be a funny one for selective colorization, where everything's kind of black and white apart from the policeman and the accordion, just so we're really going, oh my god, what the hell am I looking at? Next shot. Good shot, like it. I like the silhouette. Maybe a slightly faster shutter speed because his feet are a little bit blurry. And the angle that you've done it at is good. You're nice and low. It makes the jump that he's doing look really big. Maybe a little bit of a crop in at the bottom. What would definitely have been good is seeing more of the shadow as well. I think that would be a nice little addition from whichever position you could be at, to really see a shadow on the ground. That would be good. This next one, great shot of a overgrowth, of plants growing over it. This is a proper spooky shot, and you've even got like crows in the background and another cross in there. Absolutely good. I like the flash, how it's used that, and I like the composition. Maybe one to be more to the right. The angle you've done is just a slight angle, and that's kind of a little bit like, straighten it up. But also, the worst thing here is the telephone line in the background, or the electric line in the background. It's just too much, it ruins the scariness of the shot. This next shot is an HDR planet, and you've just messed up the center because you haven't used a wide enough lens, or you haven't taken any shots of the nadir point, or nadir point, which is the bit right underneath you. You've got your nadir, and you've got your the one at the top. It has a different name. Wikipedia nadir, N-A-D-I-R. And anyway, so whenever you do your first shots all the way around the way, you then do shots down below and shots above, and your shot down the middle is just, you haven't done any, and that's why it's just a bit of a mess. This next shot, really nice use of HDR here in a grotty, horrible, grimy place. And the way it's really brought up all the kind of details in the shot is good. I would love if you could get a woman dressed up as a zombie, kind of like crawling through that window there. That would scare the crap out of me. Good location, use it more. Next shot, I've done a critique of that before, and it's still not as interesting. Nice shot. What would be brilliant? What would make this shot so good? Because just now it's just some plants. Those plants could be anywhere. Anyone could have taken this shot. But see if this was first thing in the morning, and there was something like a dragonfly or a bird sitting on the... probably a bird would be too heavy, but a dragonfly just on the top of that thing, plant, flower, leaf, whatever. That would be like, oh, what a shot. A silhouette like that would be good. Next shot is a tree, there's a farmhouse, there's a nice sunset, but there's nothing interesting that I'm really seeing to go there. It's just a fence. If there's a horse there, maybe, but there's not. And somebody sent in the same shot, but more black and white. Okay, calm down with this road to nowhere shot. Yeah, stop. Next one, HDR shot. The person's not looking at me. I can't tell whether... In fact, I think I've even put the whole details here. Yeah. Is it a person shot? Is it a cloud shot? Is it landscape? Is it a weather shot? What is it? If it's a portrait, get her looking at me. It just looks really like somebody just sitting, kind of having a fag, and you've just taken a shot. HDR is looking a bit too much up at the top as well. So just calm down. Like, HDR is cool whenever you get it. Oh my god. Pass on that one. Yeah. Cool. Is this Yogoi Park in Tokyo? Yoyogi. Yoyogi Park in Tokyo. Cool, and that is would you call that a Harajuku girl, maybe? Or is that a Yamamba, I think? No, that's a Harajuku girl. Or, no, that's just a freak, I don't know. Composition-wise, fine. I think you're probably in a little bit too close, because we're not seeing the edge of her flowers at the side there. And I'd like to see where the heck this hair how long and mental is this hair? So I would say maybe a little bit of a step back for that shot. Again, another one in Japan somewhere, in Yoyogi Park, Tokyo. An older gentleman looks on at the skaters. I always love the Japanese old men, how they were just so bizarre and just so kind of just like stare at people. Like, oh. I think I know what you're going for here, but because the old man is so small, I think you needed to be a little bit or he needed to be closer or something. There's definitely a shot here, but with the skater a little bit closer and the old man looking a bit strange. Here he is effectively just a dot over there. So yeah, you can. There's more to that shot. More to that shot that could be done. Ooh, lovely. Well done. This is a badly named photo of W. Illiam's photo stream. There seems to be a bit of a double shadow going on. Something you might have used a beauty dish. What's happened? What's happened? Something you might have used a beauty dish up there or something. But in terms of colours and contrast and position-wise, I don't know where that photo would be used when it's at that angle. Like if you're using it as a stock photo, would they ever have it like that? If they were using it for a menu, they would never have it like that. So in terms of camera skills, or like exposure wise, absolutely fine, but composition wise, I don't know if what the benefits of this angle would be. Next one, Williams again. Very cool shot. Like this one a lot. Unfortunately, the background is a bit guff. If it looked like it was a tent, then that would be cool. It looks like somebody in a tent about to shoot themselves with a gas mask on. But here it really looks like somebody's got one of those yellow napkins you get for picnics and just unfolded a whole bunch of them, and it just looks a bit messy and dirty. But conceptually, brilliant. I would say what to do, just totally oversaturate the yellows, and that should take away all the details of the fact that it's just kind of a cloth that you've used in the background. And really make that almost like one of those iPod adverts where it's just like black and yellow and something like that. So that's a good one. Next one, somebody sending in pictures of their kids. I really don't want to be looking at pictures of kids on the website, on the internet for that. So I'm just going to go through them. This one, okay, what's this one? Park bench. Part of my week 5 homework at Glasgow Met. Street photography. Open as usual, you've got a person sleeping, you've got a person facing the other way. Yeah, I'd really have to sit and think about that for a wee while to see what the story is in this shot. See, with people asleep on park benches, getting a person with a business suit walking past would be good. Well, what is it? Although all the other benches in the George Square were taken, everybody was avoiding the one in the centre as if it didn't exist. I thought it made a statement about how the bench and the figure are at the left, both avoiding effectively invisible to most. Okay, I understand what you're going there, but that's what I didn't see. I didn't see that. I didn't see people being invisible to him. All I see is one person there and him sitting down there. The other benches aren't like super full or anything like that, and there's nobody else sitting here, so there are other benches there. I would say go for a different time or when it's busier. That's the only thing. Shot of the moon, you've kept the colours in and you've got it during the kind of a bit of cloud going past as well. Good exposure, technical wise, there's nothing really to explain, it's just a shot of the moon, nice and sharp, good exposure, well done. Take a bow, bow, bow. Another one from a short walk in the park. I really thought it was strange how the trees were bent over here, like they were bowing. What the hell do you do? I am bowing. That's what it is. Yeah. Why have you gone grayscale though? Or sepia? I'm sure there'd be lots of interesting colours, maybe, going on in here. Yeah, very, very strange. It looks like it's been done with kind of like a weird kind of bent over fisheye kind of thing. But I don't know why you've gone for this kind of orangey sepia look here. This shot, again, nothing really... Okay, you've got the lines, leading lines, but they're just going off to kind of nowhere. If this was in a magazine saying, come for a walk, we have this. It's like, right, I could just walk through a whole bunch of trees, and all I'm really thinking about is, oh my god, there are going to be so many midges, mosquitoes, and bugs, and possibly spiders. That doesn't entice me there. Like, if it was leading off and there's something in the foreground of like even a picnic bench or a river or something, just now it just looks like trees and a boring bit of ground. Bend in the trail. Okay, there's a bend, but you can't really see it because it's so far away and such a small amount. So different bit in the shot. Like this, good bit of cross processing in that one. I would clean up the background though. You've got all this crap of the dead wood there. Next one. Flower shot, nice, good, very shallow depth of field. Give it a name. You could really have given it a name. And the vignetting that you've given onto the shot, I think, works absolutely fine. That looks pretty cool. Shot of Elton John, brilliant, great capture, good timing, good spots. The fact that he's kind of going is cool. I like that. The guitarist in the background slightly distracting. But that's kind of just rock going on there. Well exposed, good lights, good shutter speed. Well done. Antique piano, cool location. I'd like to see somebody sitting at the piano. There, you can't really tell it's piano, which is kind of cool. So everyone would have to kind of really look at it. I really like this location. That'd be really cool for stuff. But yeah, let's have somebody at the piano next time. This one, big love for this shot. Another serious shot. This is of you. I was trying to create a movie poster kind of shot. I think you've done that. You've done it really good. Like your grizzle as well. What I did mention, I've already mentioned to this person, that the background on my computer screen, I'm just seeing this kind of white kind of something going on there. I can't really tell what's going on. There's also a weird kind of circle bits up here. Depending on what type of screen you're looking at this, you might think I'm just looking at a piece of blackness here. But he himself said that it was something to do with, there's meant to be like a blurred out city in the background. Next one, Chris Carpenter. Very good shot. The bottle's at an angle, straighten up. Next one, the Piper again. Yeah. Too much of a crop in, or is it? Or it's not really about the giant dish, it's kind of about the building at the side of the dish. Watch out the vignetting up in the corners. I'm guessing you've had some form of filter on. The filter is obviously quite thick, maybe even if it's just a UV filter. It's quite thick, and you've got like proper just distracting bits up there. Next one, squirrel, blurry, but kind of cool. That would work. That could work as a CD, as like a music CD album cover, I think, because it's kind of a bit messed up. That's super duper close though. Nice one. Girl in a park, no name, no pictures, babies. That was kind of cute. Dog in the background, slightly scary. Dog was like looking at the baby going, I'm going to eat you later on. Not a big fan of the lighting on the baby. It's a little bit harsh. What we've got is split lighting coming down on the baby's face, and that doesn't really work on babies. You want soft lighting all over. Well, normally, I would say. Cute shot of a squirrel. Unfortunately, is that his bum I'm seeing? I'd like to see this cropped in more. The Watcher, Spy. Yeah, that's cool. I love squirrels. Squirrels are cute. You need, definitely, this is one where I think, again, a shallower depth of field lens where you've got really an f2.8, because see this blur in the background is really not smooth in any way. Or has this got something weird going on about it as well? Has this been through a fence as well? I think it possibly has. Okay, this person must have gone to a zoo and has taken all the shots through some form of fence, because there's just weird bokeh going on. Next shot. Okay, that's the reaction this is getting from me. It's not going, that's a beautiful place, I want to go swimming in there. The sand or the beachy bit looks kind of grey and dull. The seated bit looks like nobody's sat in that for years. Playa de Alber, I'm thinking this is a place which is beautiful, hot, sunshiny, something. But this great sunset shot, but no, I'm not a huge fan of that one. Great shot. I'm guessing that's a Photoshop bird. I like the red light in the background. I like the model. I like what she's wearing. I like her kind of leg things. Her makeup on her. Possibly a little bit too much softening of the skin because she does look... Well, no, she's looking like a doll. So that's absolutely perfect. I'd maybe do some little bit of smoothing to the hands. But otherwise, very good. I'd probably also do a little bit of smoothing to the background because I'm guessing you've used paper here. And you can see a little bit of creases going on in the background. But yeah, good work. This one gets a top mark from me, I would say. This one, person holding the sun. I'd love to see some flash on him. It does make him look like a giant. But the sun's slightly diffused and he's kind of holding it, and it's you kind of want a clear sky where it is the sun just beating straight through his hands, because his hands are just kind of in the way rather than actually holding the sun. Next one. What are you doing with this Piper? Stop the Piper. Nan. Yeah. Bird. Nice shot. I like how you've incorporated it into an interesting environment of these red berries. You've got them just kind of on one foot, another foot up, so you've got a little bit of behaviour. You've got a good angle to him and a lovely blurred out background. Very much like that one a lot. What was that with the 500mm f4? Chings, that's a long one. This one again, also super shallow depth of field, and again we're seeing an interesting bird behaviour of sort. Maybe this is a mating behaviour of something, or maybe he's just broken his wing, I don't know. But that is a good shot. And maybe crop up a little bit and get a little bit closer into him. Sky, trees, nothing interesting. Again, if there was something interesting happening in the image just now, there's nothing happening there. If there's been a car crash or somebody being shot in the street, that'd be an interesting shot, but it's just a picture. Nice capture, nice candid capture. I don't understand what's going on with the shoes here. Yeah, that's a good timing shot, I think. This one, love. This one. Yeah, proper film noir look, very dark, very smoky, with the hat on. Yeah, that is a movie poster straight away. Love it a lot. And last one. No! You've done selective colorization for the eyes and nothing else. Yeah. Big non-fan of that. This would be absolutely fine if it's just been black and white. Her composition is probably a little bit too tight. I want to see like it's just really like her head has been shoved into the corner, especially how she's like head like that. So, but the brown eyes that you've kept in, just no, don't do that unless it really means something to the image. Like that one with the policeman with his yellow jacket. That's just all about him. This is not about her eyes. This is about her. Do not do selective colorization of the eyes, especially when they're just brown eyes as well. She had like totally striking blue eyes, and it like faded the rest of the colors or something. In some way, the color that you've added there was complementing something in the image, but it's not. It's really distracting and just looks rubbish. So take out the colorization of the eyes and you've got a nice shot there. And also you do some skin smoothing all over of the shot as well. But whew, okay, that's the shot. So everyone, if you want to see a critique of your shots a little bit quicker, head over to the Flickr group. What's called, it's the Dombowerphoto critique. I'll put the link underneath for you to add it. Okay, cheers, bye bye.